Hey, I didn't give that wonderful breakdown on the stream.
Nope, but you gave that wonderful intro just now.
I didn't even use any racial slurs.
That's good. We're we're live now. Jesus. All right.
Uh,
We didn't give a proper introduction last time, so let's just do it so we have it, for posterity. We are running Red Markets. My name is Arthur. I'm playing the Market, and this is a game about economic horror and survival in the post-apocalypse. 5 years in the making. And you can find it on redmarketsrpg.com. All right, let's go to the character and person introductions if you feel like doing that, guy.
Alrighty, I'll hop in there. My name is Robert. I was about to say my last name, but let's not do that. I am playing Eugene V. Debs the Fifth, also known as Five. That is my taker name. I am a devout socialist, and that kind of seems out of place in the highly capitalistic world in the post-crash. But I have a couple of kids: Big Bill Haywood, Emma Goldman, Little Leo Trotsky, and I am trying to make this terrible dystopian future a better place. Let's go to Mill.
I'm Devin, and I'm playing Mill, who is a devotee of the Black Math, which is like a cult that's obsessed with killing casualties. And I have a sister named Dog Sister, um, who is a blind mute, right? I think that's
It's
her
Yes,
story.
I think.
I agree.
Yep.
So I'm killing for two.
Oh no. That was terrible when you tattooed her.
She likes it.
Ew.
And second to last, but not least.
If that's me, then
Yep.
Rambo playing Bambles, and
The character's name is the Muffin Man.
oh, the Muffin Man. I'm the Muffin Man.
Hang on.
Is
I
that all you
forgot
want
what
to
else.
say about the Muffin Man, Rambo?
What
Tell
can be
us a
said
little bit
about the
about
Muffin
him.
Man? Let me get. Um, he is lazy at heart, and
Still can't hear you.
I'm trying to get the tabs to flip over, and it's not for the love of God.
You can't just remember about the Muffin Man?
I mean, he is a man who has got. He knows an even more loner man than him that goes by the name of that bum Bambles. So I'm the Muffin Man. Oh, his real name is Gunther Olafsson. That's why I forgot.
Oh, I
Very weird and hard to remember.
I get that.
I don't know why it's still loading, but it's not switching over tabs. So Gunther, who lovingly usually just goes by something along the lines of Rambles or Rambo, has a dependent known as that bum Bambles, and he wields a flamethrower in hopes of burning up the world, the parts that he hates.
Oh, and Sebastian.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, would you like to introduce you and your character to the audience, I guess?
Of millions.
Holy shit, millions? Okay.
So many.
Well, hi everyone. I'm the person who's late, and my character is named Skidder. He's most well known for carrying around a bow and arrow, but recently he's been carrying a sword ever since he got infected. But it's okay. He'll probably live for like a few more sessions before going Vector. hmm And where are we at, by the way?
Ooh, can I do the breakdown again?
Yeah, go ahead and give us the breakdown again.
Alrighty, we were hired by the DHQS via a lead that we had picked up earlier to come to Wall Drug, a drugstore that has become a sprawling tourist trap in Wall, South Dakota, to plant a DHQS agent into at least Wall Drug Society and ideally into Wall Drug leadership. We have succeeded in this mission by coercing and talking with people that would be on the voting council or jury of Wall Drug. And along the way, we discovered a few things. We discovered, first of all, that there is a bunch of latents working in the fields in what my character would call slave labor. Because there is only latents out in the fields, it seems to be a distinction that they make, or perhaps a sentence that they pass down, that you would be infected and given the suppressant drug that would make you a latent, and then you have to go work the fields to get the vegetables and fruits and such that feed Wall Drug. We have also found out via the road signs and such that the law and order in town is the sheriff. There is a judge here, but the sheriff calls the shots. And finally, the thing that we have found out is that there is a community event called the Vector Rodeo that in the last session, Skitter somehow found himself as a participant in, though Five tried to talk him out of it. He is still ostensibly participating in the Vector Rodeo. And that, where we stand right now is we have planted our man, we've gotten paid, but we are still in Wall Drug.
And by somehow, you mean I willingly volunteered, yet got really upset when I found out that they kill whoever I'm riding, so he can turn Vector. Which is really, really fucked up. But I'm still gonna do it. Probably.
It's really fucked up that you decided to do it based on the name Vector Rodeo.
I thought they were just gonna find a Vector, like, tie him up, and, like, put someone on his back or something. I didn't think they were gonna kill someone for it.
They've got a field of latent slaves.
You never know. All right. Well, it looks like
I certainly didn't.
we lost Muffin Man for a second, but we will open up today with the news.
Oh no. That's a problem.
So the town crier. Who would like to read, the first note from the town crier?
I think someone should read it all.
All right. I nominate Mill.
I agree. Second.
Wall Drug, end of summer. The town crier bellows in the street the latest headlines. They've no paper to sell and just shout grimly at muddy passerby. There are no immunes. We welcome home Erasmus, a son of Wall. No guns. The dead presidents are good patriots. Rodeo soon. There are no absolutes. That's good.
So if I can interject for any prospective listeners, we are a taker crew known as the Dead Presidents.
Oh yeah, important. That's also the
Yep.
name of the stream.
The man that we planted, the DHQS agent, is named Erasmus. So when they say we welcome home Erasmus, a son of Wall, that means he has been inducted in the society, and we are held in high esteem around this community.
We're the dead presidents because our enclave is in Mount Rushmore.
Also known as the Rush.
The Rush.
All right. Speaking of the Rush, right? So that was the news. Now we have our vignettes as normal. Well, kind of normal, because you all have to spend a Ubik charge.
Hot damn.
But let's see here. First, would anybody like to do any insider trading to help with your investment for the Prairie Dog Village?
Yeah, I'll do that. Because I can't really call.
Oh, that's so sad.
It is.
You can't heal any humanity unless you pay the
But
psychiatrist.
I actually have not taken any, so
I didn't. Yeah,
it's
last.
fine.
Yeah. So what skill are you gonna use to help the Prairie Dog Village? Help Diego Dog Hand. Uh,
I'm gonna research.
What you're researching?
Uh, Prairie dog genitalia. Husbandry. There you go.
What turns on a prairie dog?
Oh.
Ooh.
turns out the answer is glue. Good work.
Oh, that's sad. He couldn't learn something like halfway important.
But he did. Turns out it was glue.
Oh shit, you're right. It was glue the whole
It
time,
was
guys.
glue the whole time. All right, great. So your liquidity now is 5, and the insider training is at a +3, and your risk is 8. And just yep. Skitter has invested 11. Muffin Man has invested 7. Mill has invested 5, and 5 has invested bounty.
Let's hope that glue gets him horny.
Okay, and now it is time for other vignettes. So, 5, you have a milestone. So, what's your first milestone?
My first milestone is to find another socialist. I feel like we've encountered quite a few people along the way that may be amenable towards our goal, though I don't remember where they were or who they might be. So please fill me in, Mr. Market. Who could be a
Uh,
socialist I would find?
wait, that you've talked to already?
Or I could find someone brand new. You tell
Okay.
me.
I am going to give you an exciting resource to use. And
Ah,
you
damn.
guys, yeah, free to anybody. It's um I'm gonna put it in the app, Roll20 app,
the old chat. Oh, jeez.
an alphabetical list of taker names generated by the backers for Red Market. Give me a name off of that list.
Alexio Kreshnik.
Okay, Alexei Krezhnik. How do you know them?
I know him because he had heard of us via our exploits with the mongooses and decided to perhaps well, he was with the mongooses
Oh, that
and he
guy.
heard of yes and he heard of what we stood for and decided that uh, a better power structure for the mongooses would be more socially equitable.
Okay, sure. So Alexio Krezhnik is willing to speak with you. You give him a call, and he happens to be fishing at the moment. And he's just giving you like the POV of him at the river, casting his rod out into the stream and trying to hook some brook trout.
Alrighty. So I assume I will be me. Who's going to be Alexio?
Oh, I'll be Alexio because it's.
Oh, okay. Alexio, I'm glad I was able to contact you. How are things going? They look pretty well.
Oh, it's just my time to fish.
So fishing is shared equitably among your community, as I assume all food gathering is.
We try to split things up as fairly as we can, but some of us are not the best fishers, so of course, why would we make our worst fishers fish when their abilities can
Sure.
be used elsewhere? But we have from time to time we do a little skill inventory and a little bit of reshuffling of the jobs just to see if anybody's willing to learn. And also our educational programs that we're trying to implement, but we're really trying to do its best, but sometimes it's hard to find what is best and equal.
Well, you teach a man to fish, etc., etc.
Yes,
So,
I have recently picked it. It wasn't a skill that I was raised with.
really, where are you from, Alexio?
I'm from a lot of Lostock.
Oh shit, from the Pacific side.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I'm glad I could meet you because from what I've seen from your posts, the things you've been writing, things you've been putting out there, I think you and I share similar interests. I think you would like a more equitable share of your community, and maybe things both reward and risk divided more equally.
Well, I've been thinking about that, and it might not be, the mongoose community. They are the mongoose community, and it might be just time for me to find those willing to leave and leave. Make a clean break with the mongoose history.
Okay, I have a question for you about that. Would now the last time I interacted with the mongoose, things seemed tenuous at best. Would this disrupt that community, or in a sense, like leave people out in a lurch if you and a select few were to leave?
It would leave the mongoose reduced as a whole, but I think a little bit healthy.
Okay, and then follow-up question. The people that seem amenable to what you are speaking of, or what I've been reading you post, uh, would you have enough people to do something like to set up an outpost or an enclave of your own and be able to be self-sustaining?
There's about 15 of us, here. But I'm sure if we reached out, we could find others, probably set up with their own status quos and willing to become pioneers once again.
It's very interesting, and I'm glad you seem so gung ho about this.
Well,
And
you know,
basically, what I wanted to let you
some people
know
are trying
is,
to leave this place, but others of us see it as a great opportunity.
sure. What I wanted to let you know is I support what you're trying to do and the society that you're trying to build, because the society that you're trying to build is the society that I'm trying to build. And I want to let you know that if there's anything I can do to help you uh, build this society, then I should be the first call you make. Now, it may be just me on my own, because my comrades, they may not necessarily see eye to eye with me on everything, but they are good people and they contribute a just amount. Asking more of them wouldn't necessarily be fair, but this is something I feel passionately about. So if you need something, I want you to think of me first.
Well, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna need to find a place to do it. Your eyes peeled for any promising territory.
All right, is there anything in specific that you're looking for?
No, but I do have this list, and that's where we'll end this scene, right? Because I
Yep.
think your next milestone is like find a place, right?
It's to put them in power of an enclave, or
Okay,
put
so
them in a
yeah.
position of power. So essentially, yes.
But yeah, so that's Alexis Krishnik gives you their list, but that can be whatever list.
Sure.
But all right, so you've made your contact with the guy at the mongoose. Sounds like he's got 15 other people plus their network.
Do I get to heal anything from my humanity?
No.
Okay.
Nope. All right.
I'm
Next
insane.
is either Muffin Man or Skitter.
I can go.
Yeah. Have you reached
Yeah.
the milestone, Skidder?
I mean, I could if I wanted to,
But
but
you.
I have a feeling I'm going to be super stressed out during this next session.
Okay. So got it. You want to
So,
talk to some.
yeah.
Okay. I
Uh,
will. I will play the camera.
hmm
What?
He's talking remotely to.
Okay.
hmm
Oh, not to Sitter, but to Scooter.
Well,
Okay.
or to Skidder or to Sitter, but they don't own Ubik. They're not wealthy. They have to use the community.
Wait, holy shit, are we wealthy?
I mean, kind of.
I mean, we are like moderately wealthy,
In the
but
canon of the book, one bounty gets enough food for a month.
Holy shit, we're fucking loaded.
Yeah.
yeah, which is
I
why
feel
we're probably going
bad
to get
now.
robbed in like the next few days.
Yeah, you're like kind of rich, but also, trying to leave.
I don't know how more people aren't stalking us down and trying to take our money.
Because it's all in the bank, guys. You don't carry it on you.
Well, we also spent it, like, as soon as we get it, we spend it immediately because
Yeah.
we.
You just reinvest in the community. But, so Skidder, would you like to engage, cope, or support?
Uh, let's see. Which one haven't we done, really?
We haven't done a lot of coping.
Okay,
Is the
let's
one
cope.
where they help you feel better.
Okay, coping. Let's
Who,
cope then.
who would you like to play Sitter?
I mean, 5, obviously. He's like the voice of Cinder at this point.
Okay,
That's
and
true.
and
have
I will
played.
be the cameraman.
So help me remember. I'm going to break this down and tell me if I'm right or wrong. The last time that you and Sitter talked, you were home, and Sitter reached some kind of understanding about how you probably wouldn't be there, but they would fill in as like a parental figure for Scooter, and things were kind of okay now. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, things are kind
Okay,
of okay.
let's run with that.
hmm
So the booth, right? The communal booth for this action, because it's not gonna be in their RV. The public Ubik, it's like done through an old security camera that keeps panning back and forth. Like this is the public one, right? Everybody has like their private one, but the public one is a security camera that just kind of like hands back and forth. So Sitter has to keep like moving and picking up Scooter and like keeping her in front of the camera. Uh
Oh, that's kind of sad too.
yes.
Everything's kind of sad out here.
That's true.
Hey, are you guys reading me? Am
Oh,
I coming
hey,
through?
yeah. Can you see us? I got Can you see it? Can you see me over here?
No, not really. But just
Okay,
step like a
hang
foot
on.
to the
Let me.
right.
All right, I'm moving. Okay, can you see your son?
Oh yes. Hey Scooter, how's it going, buddy?
I'm gonna pick up and wave his little hand.
He makes a gooing sound.
Ew. He might have pooped, but it's okay. It's a good poop.
Uh, I'm glad to hear it. How things been over there?
Not too bad. Um,
Hmm.
okay, out of character. Where's the wildfire status?
Out of character, the wildfire. Oh, it's like really fucking nigh. But some people are going out to see, about moving brush out of the way, and like preliminary efforts have begun.
Okay, good. Well, okay, so the fire it's still out there, but we're as a community we're starting to come together and do things about it. So it seems like things could go okay. I mean, worst comes to worst, we have to fix an RV and drive our whole damn home away, but it's an RV, so it can't be that bad.
Oh shit! I completely forgot about the fire. In character and out of character. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, no, we've been breathing smoke for the past like week.
Oh
And
my god.
Yeah, ash
now
is
at
just like
night,
raining down, like as you're talking to them.
Oh,
at night, all we can see is the pinkish orange glow on the horizon coming in from the west. It's definitely there, but I don't mean to make you worry. I know you're doing a very important job. Uh, it's going to be okay. We've got people out digging fire lines, clearing out dead brush, chopping down dead trees. So that is not going to come immediately into this community. It's going to be okay. You don't need to worry about Scooter, who, after he learned his first word, is starting to pick up on more sounds. He can kind of do not just a buh, but a burr type of sound. So like he said his first word, but he's learning more sounds, which is important.
yeah. That is very important. And I'm just busy thinking about how my child is going to burn up in a apocalyptic inferno.
All right,
I'm going
Mill.
to wait. Hang on. Let
No,
me
no,
quickly wipe
interjecting.
the ash off his hand.
Okay, Mill. I need Scooter's first word.
Wait, didn't this already happen?
No, that
It
he's
did.
gonna say in front of Skitter.
Oh.
That's right.
Um.
Wasn't it, mommy?
Yeah. But that was when you weren't around.
That's what you heard about. This is the first word you've ever heard him say.
Batholith?
Perfect.
Oh no, the batholith. The
All right, so
Batholith.
little Scooter just is kind of like Bethelith.
Batholith.
Oh, that. I guess that could be interpreted as a word.
Well, I think you and I both know the batholith is a real word. We just
Actually,
don't speak of the batholith.
yeah. Okay. How did he learn it then?
And that's where we'll end that scene.
That's a completely fair question. How did he learn the word the bat? Because I've never heard it before. Like I was like damn near 30 in my life. Anyway,
So I think what we found out is that Sitter is secretly part of the Batholith.
Okay. This is me as a player asking. I don't get the joke.
So the Batholith is the if you look at the
Secret
history
society
of the
ruling
Rush,
council.
yes, it's the secret secret council of the Rush. It's mostly female. It's not exclusively female, but it's they kind of like because the mechanisms of government can be kind of cumbersome sometimes. They kind of like skirt around that when they see it as necessary.
they're the ones that pull the strings and call the shots, but no one speaks of them openly because it's a terribly kept secret, but everyone would rather look the other way.
Okay, and my child is a part of that secret society. Got it.
No, Sitter is.
So all you know is your child has heard this word.
Yeah.
So you may have questions for Sitter in the future.
Okay, that's yay.
I'd say there's a good 5 sessions on discovering the secret society within the Rush on its own.
I mean, so like in character, if you like never heard of the Batholith and you ask your fellow takers, they can probably sort of explain it without fully explaining it. But it means that you're probably going to be kind of taken care of, or at least Scooter is, if Sitter is part of the Batholith, because they kind of would probably preferential treatment in an emergency.
Yeah, you're set.
So that information kind of sets you a little bit at ease.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yay.
yeah, kind of, but great, great. And let's see, Mill or Muffin Man? I mean, sorry, yeah, Muffin Man. Who do you want to play that Bum Bambles?
I feel like I've almost gone around the circle.
How
Is there
about
anyone who
how
I?
about Mill then? Because we've not heard too much.
All right.
But Muffin Man, do you want to engage, cope, or support?
Well, I guess I'm gonna probably. I mean, what is the
Sure. So engage is you answer a question about the enclave. In this case, you could answer a question about Wall Drug if you wanted to. Cope is your dependent will help you deal with your current situation, and support is you help them deal with their current situation.
I'll help them with their current situation.
Okay, the last we knew, that Bum Bambles was sorting seeds, part of the greenhouse project. So take it away,
Oh
Mill
no.
and Muffin.
So, hey there, that bum bambles. Can you hear me?
Muffin Man, is that you?
Oh yeah, I've come back around to see how it's going.
Oh man, we we found some seeds.
I know you had a lot of seeds to be going through there. How are you feeling about them seeds these days?
Well, got some good strains growing. Pretty excited.
But I mean, are you going up the ladder? Are you working the way you want to be working? I know you've been kind of at the seed game for a while now.
I mean, what up the ladder?
Well, last time I thought you were trying to, kind of lead, like spearhead this whole seed project.
Yeah, I actually don't. Out of character, I don't remember what the seed thing was.
They're starting a greenhouse at the Rush, and you guys brought back a whole bunch of seeds from the blood
Oh
floor.
yeah, the blood.
And we also
Ow.
had an entire mission where we went and got glass for the greenhouse.
Oh yeah, yeah, that I missed maybe. Um, yeah. What kind of seeds are these?
You tell us.
Um,
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, turns out we got some Bubba Kush, some corn. They had all sorts.
so it's just all weed seeds?
I mean,
No,
not all.
corn.
There's corn. It's a mixed bag.
Well, we just saw that there was a whole bunch of seeds. I guess we really didn't know what kind of seeds we were really getting into, but
Oh
well,
man,
there was this idea though, and I think it was one that we should go with, and you'd be the right kind of guy to put that idea forward. But them little prairie dogs we got, kind of like in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Those we could have these little prairie dogs sorting the seeds for us, and it could move the project along faster.
oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm up for that.
I mean, if you have other people there with you, then you could have some help in training these prairie dogs.
That's true. Yeah, I need like a prairie dog whisperer. That's
I could,
really like. Do you know anyone? Do you know anyone with a gift? Doctor Doolittle, these little fuckers.
well, I think that there was someone that we were going to talk to along this next travel we had. We're dealing with wall drug where they were experimenting on all kinds of things, and I wouldn't be surprised if we found a prairie dog communicator of some sort.
All right. Well,
Scene. Scene.
Caesar
What the fuck
Milan.
just happened there?
I know
Prairie
that you don't
dogs.
want to be sorting seeds for the rest of your life, Bambles. That's what I'm really trying to get to.
Scene's
I
over,
don't know.
man.
Scene is over. Oh man.
Oh.
Okay,
You just
so
told him that like that was a legitimate thing that could happen.
so now you have to find, in addition to getting money to give that bum bambles, you have to find a man who can talk to animals.
You were supposed to be the guy that was finding trees. Now you
No.
need to train prairie dogs to sort seeds and not shove them in their cheeks.
The way of sorting. But yeah, all right. Good vignettes, everybody. A lot of variety. But onto the order of the day, I suppose. So we have, a couple things going on. We have the Vector Rodeo coming up. But we also have a couple of messages for you guys. So
Ooh.
there's a message to Skitter from Doritos. And there is a message, I guess, for 5 from the sheriff. So a couple of leads there. You got the sheriff's job, or whatever Doritos has for you,
That's concerning.
in addition to whatever shenanigans you want to get up to in Waldrug. You can also look for work.
So all we hear is that like the sheriff is looking for us for something.
Well, you have like an email in your inbox, like
What does that say?
this is like the subject is like, thank you for your performance during the trial.
Does it
Okay.
say like a come see me?
Uh,
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna click any links.
Yeah, no, there's no links. So there's a brief message. It just says, thank you for your performance during the trial. I think I could use you and your crew's services. If you're willing, bring everybody location outside the Waldrug horse shed. There's a metal door there, and give it this knock. It lays out a little Morse code knock, haircut or what have you. And the deputy should.
I'm gonna break that down to everyone in the crew.
Then Skitter, your message from Doritos says, thank you for your discretion. And your abilities have suitably impressed me. And as a proprietor of the tortilla factory, I'm always on the lookout for more business opportunities. I think I have an idea that you and your friend.
Okay.
And, are. What do you guys want to do?
Let's see.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the sheriff, though I haven't met him and have never interacted with him, given that they have slave labor and they run a very militaristic style enclave here. So if anybody else has any objections, I say we kind of just look the other way on this one. We can keep it open as an option, but I'd rather not.
I mean, you're the talker of the group, so I think that's a fine idea if you're not trying to go fuck with them.
I mean, if you want to specifically fuck with the sheriff, we could take the job and deliberately sabotage it. But again, that's up to you.
Well, given that we know he is like the power structure in Waldrug, we would turn this entire enclave against us and ostensibly against the Rush. I'd rather not sour relations because things could go better in the future, and they don't necessarily have to be bad people. But I don't care for the powers that be giving us a job to do these things. I don't feel comfortable. If you guys think we should, we can go do it. But that's my vote. I vote against.
Hmm. Well, I do have a job from Dorito. Uh, although I am kind of iffy on it, considering that I did blackmail him just a tiny bit.
Yeah, but you
So,
got a really good burrito, right?
oh yeah, I have like a burrito per day as long as I'm here. That was part of the blackmail.
And well, how are the burritos good?
Oh shit, they're so good. They have vegetables in them.
Wait, what?
They
I
cost like a
remember,
credit though.
dude, I remember fruit. I remember vegetables. I would love to see a vegetable again.
I mean, what do we eat these days if we're not eating that?
I mean,
You're not
it's
eating the best of vegetables. You're eating, potatoes.
Kind of like a pig slop of some kind.
well, from what we've seen, what they have at the tortilla factory is fresh vegetables used in these burritos. Like you can smell them cooking. Those like onions stay for a while, potatoes stay for a while. A couple of months at best, and carrots stay for a while. Stuff like that, and that's generally what we've been eating. But they have things like peppers and tomatoes and garlic. Now, garlic stays for a while too, but they use it in cooking rather than just eating a whole head of garlic. I mean, it smells very tempting. And
There's even guacamole.
what the fuck? Wow. They hand press their own ground corn flour tortillas. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
No wonder it costs one bounty per burrito.
Yeah, they're amazing burritos.
Best burrito you've had in maybe even longer than 5 years.
So these are better than before the fall, from what you can judge now.
Yeah.
Well, we have that, or here's the other things on the table. I had spoken to a man that was, I believe, shining shoes down near. I'm gonna have to zoom this in to see what
Mr. Charrington.
Mr. Charrington down
Right?
by
That's what it was.
Jane's Jewel. Yeah, it was Mr. Charrington down by Jane's Jewelry Emporium, right where I'm pinging. And down there, he had mentioned that his son is stuck in what's essentially a labor colony. Well, he didn't say that. He said his son is a latent out working in the fields. And when both myself and Skitter went out to the wall of Waldrug, we saw rows and rows and rows of what I'm going to call, and this is editorialized, slave labor. And the slave labor included specifically and only latents. So what we can assume is they use infection as a means of administering justice, and then they force them into a life of slave labor. Now, there are other latents around the community. Doesn't mean that it's a be-all, end-all. So if you're latent, you're not necessarily a slave. But if you're a slave, you are certainly a latent. And I would love to get this man's son and him out of this place, because I don't agree with the governing principles of this place in that the sheriff is infallible. That's just me. What we also know is this man here, Mr. Skitter, is involved in a vector rodeo, and there are bets being taken. In fact, I believe, from what I overheard, and correct me on this, Skitter, you told a lot of people to bet for you. So currently, is probably heavily weighted in that favor where a lot of people are betting for you.
Well, technically, I only told one person to bet for me. But if you guys want to bet for me as well, that's like, I'm not going to stop you.
That fucks up the Vegas odds in this place. But there's a Vector Rodeo coming up, and we could see what's going on with that. I don't necessarily agree with this either, because they strap a I don't know if it's uninfected or a latent.
Oh,
In
it's
this case, it would be a
latent.
latent. Okay. So it would be they strap a latent to a vector.
No.
And
Oh, right. Yeah.
oh, my bad. I thought I had it nailed.
No, so it's they strap whoever to a latent, and then they
And
ring the bell, and then the latent is made into.
Wait, they strap whoever to a latent, and then the latent is made into a vector, and then we don't know anything beyond that. But the person being strapped to the latent, or at least one of them in this case, is our comrade, Mr. Skitter. And like he has given a verbal contract towards this, so I assume they're going to be kind of pissed if it doesn't happen. But we could see any of these things through, and what sounds appealing to you guys. That's a legitimate question.
Mill, what do you want to do?
Wait, what?
What
I
do
was
you want
buying
to do?
grenades.
You're buying grenades.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. We can free the dude. That's a thing that people want to do.
That's the thing that I want to
When's
do.
the rodeo? I'm here for the rodeo, even though it makes vectors.
I mean, the rodeo.
The rodeo is at the market says time, so it can be immediately, or do stuff before it happens.
So 5 doesn't really want to do the sheriff thing. I mean, I still think we should look into whatever, see what avenue that goes down, or we could just do the smuggling.
We should at least figure out what the sheriff wants us to do,
Yeah.
I feel.
I agree. We
Yeah.
should find out what any of these jobs entail.
Mm-hmm.
Because the rodeo will happen.
Yeah, 5. How about you find out what the sheriff wants, and if it's like for a secretly good thing, like making sure this enclave doesn't like blow up or anything, then we'll do it. If it's actually very evil, then we won't.
Okay, so group, is it up to my judgment as to whether or not like I'm not going to say to him whether or not we take it at the time. I will come and report back, but you have to be aware that it will be reported through my eyes. Or someone could come with me and we could find out what he has to say and we could decide off of that. Because there are a million things you guys could be doing in the meantime. But if it's just me, you have to be aware that I definitely have a bias, and the bias is against the sheriff.
Sure, I'll be a bootlicker.
That's concerning.
441. Yes, sir. I did pretty good with the other.
Oh yeah, the DHQS guy.
Yeah.
That's true. You are a
Brave
tier 1
recruit.
operator. Someone handles his M16 properly.
All right, so 2 people are gonna go do sheriff stuff. We could run that scene now if you guys want to.
Sure, let's do that.
The ball rolling. All right, so I need, let's see, 4 people. Oh, there's 4 of you guys. All right.
That's interesting.
So I'm gonna post a link. I'm trying something new, so be nice.
Okay.
I'm posting a link, and it's kind of cutscene-y. So I need somebody to play the sheriff. So who wants to play the sheriff?
It can't be me.
I'll do it.
Okay. I need somebody to play Jean-Luc Wicard, 21.
Oh shit.
I can do that.
All right. I need somebody to play Biggie Smalls,
I'll be Biggie Smalls.
and I need somebody to narrate.
Sure.
All right. We're gonna post a Google Docs link. So go there. Should have your parts are on it.
Request
Ooh, I need
access.
permission.
Oh, sorry. I will hit the button that says, "Let everybody look at this thing."
I'll receive an email, son of a bitch.
Get shareable link. No, I'm gonna get the link. In
Oh, there we go. Ooh, the characters are the sheriff, stern, solemn, and jingoism. Jean-Luc Wicard, 21, mealy mouth, apologetic and disgruntled. Biggie Smalls, expressive, honest, empathetic. And the narration is cinematic! Exclamation point.
All right, so the narrator
Scene.
should start now.
Scene: subterranean walk-in refrigerator. The sheriff draws the takers into a briefing where he is present but doesn't say a word unless necessary. The sheriff's office is an underground storage/walk-in refrigerator. The sheriff himself is Leighton, and Jean-Luc Wicard, 21, is a mealy-mouthed son of a bitch, while the third person of Biggie Smalls is also present. This is to be played as CIA briefing as we can make it. The sheriff does nothing but sip ice water, while Biggie talks big and tries to explain.
The Crassus was instrumental in founding and securing of Wall during the crash. Those first weeks when no one knew what was going on were hell on earth. Everyone lost someone. We all died. The former deputy, though, crash seemed to bring something out in him, a hardness.
Where's Jean-Luc Wicard?
Rambo.
Ah,
The Jean section after BS. Oh, there he is. Hang on, let me reread the first thing. The Crassus was instrumental in the founding and securing of Wall during the crash. Those first weeks when no one knew what was going on was hell on earth. Everyone lost someone. We all died. The former deputy, though, the crash seemed to bring something out, a hardness.
listen, we just need you to go apologize to him for us. Ask his forgiveness. Tell him we're sorry.
The deputy organized us, saved us, Jean-Luc Wicard, 21. Stupid. Hang on, I need to make sense of that sentence. The deputy organized us, saved Jean-Luc Wicard's 21 stupid ass before we even knew what we know now of the blight. Any infected, as suspected, all of them were pacified, and their bodies burned. If one member of a household was suspected, there went the house. I remember Crassus with that goofy-ass bandana over his face, just dousing the front steps of his parents' house.
You can tell him we didn't mean to do it. You can tell him we've learned.
For 2 years he held out here. Anyone bitten was shot on sight. Any of those black vein motherfuckers, current company excluded, of course. Sheriff, all of them destroyed on sight. We thought we were being kept safe.
Then the worst night.
We just let in some more people past the wall, hoping to bolster our numbers. Crassus is down there checking them in. They're real useful people. We're talking doctors, soldiers, seems some refugees that didn't want to join the Moths or go back to a country that hated them.
We're still in the USA. God bless America.
Amen.
Yeah, so Crassus is alone, checking these folks in. He settles them in budget inn, plush accommodations. The best. And he spends the next 2 days with these folks. Turns the BI into some sort of hush-hush location.
He's gone 2 days from the wall.
When he comes out, he... Oh, sorry, my bad.
I am the Jean. I am the Jean.
Yeah.
When he comes out, he gives his sorries and then goes outside the wall, saying he's making up for lost time.
Our thoughts and prayers.
He begins to massacre the casualties, just ripping and tearing. It's an awesome sight, I assume. Guts, eyeballs, a whole, blood show. But then we get nervous here and there. I slide a tablet to the takers, and a video of Crassus walking out in the tunnel.
So that's the narrator.
That's right. I slide a tablet to the takers.
Oh shit! I wasn't pushing the fucking button. The video shows Crassus walking out in a toga, wielding a spear with a small Roman gladius in the other hand. He begins to engage the casualties, diving, stabbing, just weaving through all of them, dispatching scores of them. He moves across the parking lot and fields. The drone footage follows him.
Then it happens.
A male casualty from far right enters the frame. Crassus stabs a mailman with the spear and slices the top of the dome off of a casualty with a distended belly. He turns and removes his spear and sword from the bodies and sees the man slowly shambling towards him. Crassus drops his sword. Crassus takes a step toward the casualty holding his spear as a walking stick. He is moving as though wounded. Black and red stains smear across his toga. The male casualty picks up the scent of Crassus and begins moving faster. Crassus charges and spears the figure, but is toppled back. More casualties move in. Then the wall guard spreads out and mows down the casualties and drags what looks like a dead or unconscious Crassus back inside the wall.
We don't know why he did it, who the casualty was, or anything. The only thing we were able to get out of Crassus afterwards were Spartacus. He was sweating, bleeding, and we knew he was infected. We didn't want to recognize it at the time, so we put him in the walk-in overnight. Think that if he went Vector, he wouldn't be able to get out.
We had no other choice.
There are no immunes.
In the morning, Crassus was calling to us from behind the door. We thought that maybe, but what if? And it was worse. He was one of them, black veins, the blight, subsumed Crassus. But he was still talking and a little crazy. But underneath, it was him.
We torched the budget in for what it done to him. The fire took 2 days to burn out.
Crassus left as you might imagine. Killed the armory guards, turned one Vector, gathered his sword and spear, and left. He initially sent us postcards, droned in or run in. Think he was sick of the way he had been treating and murdering what he had just become. But now...
Now we want to apologize, if there's anything left to apologize to.
Otherwise,
Yeah. Point finger guns.
Alright, so that's the sheriff's job.
Nice.
Okay, everybody, it sounds like he wants us to go find whoever this Crassus is. And this is out of scene, but within character.
Yeah.
It sounds like he wants us to find this guy and murk him. Just take him out.
Well, if he's not amenable to being talked to.
Well, okay, so everybody that just heard this, he's a latent, right? He's not a vector. I mean, he's not a casualty. He's not like a super smart casualty. He's not an aberrant.
Yeah, he's just a vector. I mean, sorry, just a latent.
So he's a latent. So there's no reason why we couldn't talk to him. But I still feel questionable about accepting any jobs from the sheriff. So that's my 2 cents.
Well, you can think about that. We still have other things on the list to look into if anybody is interested.
Woo! My phone just
or you
went out
guys
and came
can
back on.
talk about this stuff.
I mean, if we have a second, I'd like to hear any other thoughts on this Crassus situation.
I don't know. It seems interesting.
What does it pay?
That is very important. Yes.
So
That's a question.
It's not covered. I mean, the briefing is very short. They pretty much just do that whole song and dance in front of you guys. They don't put a label on it for money. They're not even like officially writing it up as a contract. In this case, like metagame wise, negotiation will happen at the end of the.
Huh.
If you guys. And what you are trying to profit from will also, depend on you guys. You can solve it. Like I tried to make it so it's like kind of open, so you can be like, okay, we're just gonna go murder him, or you can find some other way to solve that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's hear about these other jobs.
Okay. I'll go ask Dorito what he wants us to do.
All right, so for yeah. All right. So Doritos, he is at the tortilla stand. He's hanging out, rolling burritos for the occasional person. As you approaching, he finishes. He like takes a burrito from the side. And he's like, "Oh, Skidder, your burrito is waiting for you."
I knew it would be. Let's see. I eat it. Like, I thought for a second whether or not it might be poisoned, but nah, let's just get over with.
And as you're like eating, your mouth's full of burrito, and he's like, I heard that you're gonna be in the rodeo coming up. And,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that got me thinking. We know each other so well, and I've always, been keeping my eyes peeled for opportunities. And good old Doritos, he knows a good chance when he sees one. And I want to hire you and your crew.
Yes, that's what people normally do when they want to give us money.
Yeah.
Hire us.
So this job, it pays pretty well. I would like to do it alone, but I can't. It help me out. Might be able to really clean up on this one.
Okay. First things first, is anyone else hearing the market like robot a bit? Okay. Or
Okay.
Yeah, Mill just asked that in the chat, and it's definitely like MIDI tones and not human voice.
Oh no! Is this better?
Yeah.
It is. I don't know what you're doing, but you're making the internet work far better.
Mm-hmm.
I caught everything you were trying to say, but I was actually just kind of spacing out listening to the like it was like actual tones rather than complete voice sound.
So Doritos, you need me to repeat anything, Skitter?
Just give us a brief recap.
So
I think
he,
I got the gist of it.
I think you did too, but he has a job opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
that he thinks he needs your help for. He can't do it alone, and it has something to do with the rodeo and your participation.
Ooh. Okay. Is there any way I can get more info out of him?
Give me a roll of some sort.
All
Sensitivity
right.
would work if you had that, but so would other things.
I don't really. Do I have sensitivity? No, I
Do you
do
have
not.
Well, what would you
do you
like
have
to
any
use?
charisma skills?
I have intimidation
There you go.
That could work.
at
Go ahead.
1. Do do. How about? Can I actually make an awareness roll instead? That's +2. Do you
Uh,
like leave anything out?
sure.
Yeah, like any notes saying secret plan must involve Skitter.
um,
Uh, okay, I kind
this
of
is
want to
bad.
know since this is gonna involve me no matter what. So yeah, I'll flip it with a will.
Okay, all right. Uh, so you notice you looking behind the counter as he's talking to you, like looking over his shoulder back into his shady little tortilla factory there. Uh, and you notice like a lot of pictures of they're like sketches, right? Because only Neck Pillow has the camera.
Hmm.
Well, actually, no. They look like pictures, and yes, must have got the prints from Neck Pillow. But anyhow, they're all of the stadium, the rodeo arena. Like, there's a lot of pictures with like notes scribbled on them, but you're too far away to read the notes.
Okay, interesting. We'll definitely think about it, Dorito.
Well, uh, I I hope you think it over, and I promise it is big. If I can afford to give you a burrito, every day for as long as you stay here, just think.
That is a hefty amount from some guy.
Mhm.
We don't know
Okay.
what he was smuggling on the last one, but it must be something decent to be able to give you a burrito a day for like in perpetuity.
I mean, I kind of figured he was gonna get you were gonna leave like sooner rather than later. So
I bet he did too, but now he's, strung up on it.
Teach a
Mhm.
man to make a burrito.
And then he knows how to make a burrito.
Robot.
I agree. The Matrix has taken our DM.
Oh no, that's terrible news.
Oh my god.
That's so bad.
I love that it's being recorded on his end because it'd be so amazing to hear what we're hearing.
It probably sounds beautiful.
It's melodic.
That's good. I'm glad that it's melodic.
There's a certain melody to it. Hmm.
Well,
Uh, okay. I have one more question for Dorito, and then
he's
we'll
mopping the
move on to the
counter.
next guy. How long do you think this will take? the job?
It should last no longer than the duration of the rodeo.
Okay, got it. Next person.
Right, who wants to do a thing?
I'm in on a thing.
I mean, if it were up to me, I would say let's focus on Doritos' job since it's not going to take that long, and then we can do the sheriff's job as we leave the enclave.
Are you gonna bail on this whole rodeo thing?
No, I'm saying we do the rodeo thing. It's just going to be it's going to be quick.
Okay. That's
Quick.
provided you survive the rodeo.
Yeah, my death will be relatively quick though.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's true, but then you're gonna come back playing a character named Dorito.
That's not necessarily true.
I mean, it's pretty close.
No, then he would play Sitter.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah.
I
She
mean,
started off as such a hard bitch.
Well, who else is going to take care of his kid?
That's true. That is 100% true.
Just like if you die 5, you have to play Emma, Little Leo Trotsky,
No,
or
wrong.
Big Bill Haywood.
It's gonna be Big Bill Haywood, and he's gonna be the worst.
oh man, little Leo
Yeah.
Trotsky.
So,
After his father died, he had to take over the role as breadwinner.
yeah, that's pretty much how character replacement works.
He's Eugene V. Debs the sixth. I'd rather be Emma Goldman, but it's not about me right now. I'm not gonna die in a terrible rodeo. I'm gonna die in some other way.
I mean, a rodeo death would be the most tragic.
Yeah, it's real. Everyone's cheering and laughing, and there's a clown making jack off jokes in the
All right,
middle
so
of an arena.
are we moving on Doritos' job? Is that what it sounds like?
That's what I'm recommending.
Okay.
I'd like to hear from the peanut gallery.
I think you have to ask them specifically.
Hey,
That's
Mill.
fine.
Sure, I'm fine with that.
Okay, peanut gallery. Yeah, I don't have any problems with moving on Doritos' job.
All right.
Let's find out specifics and
Oh.
also what it pays other than the word big.
Well, we did all our things, so this would be right into negotiation.
Sure. Last time things went real well for us.
We did. Doritos here. So, Doritos, he takes you for a walk. Says, meet me out by the rodeo arena, and we will walk and we will talk.
Wait, I assume that in this sense, Skitter said that I would be negotiating for us.
You guys can all be together, more or less, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I'd be doing the talking. You'd be dealing with me, mainly. Because otherwise...
This is a scene that happens, after all the scams anyhow.
Skitter, you could totally take the lead on this one. We could see what happens.
Skitter only has intimidation.
I know, and he's got a 1, but it'd be fun to see what happens. Never mind.
I will
let's
leave
go
that
with
up to
me
you
talking.
guys as a crew to decide.
No.
Please don't do this.
Okay. Okay, I'll negotiate this as a favor.
I'll just end up like you, completely stressed out that I'm not doing enough for my team.
Ooh.
Look, my kids...
All right, so
my kids
Doritos
eat well.
is, walking and making big gestures with his hands. He's like, I'm glad that that Skitter has such wonderful friends. You are the one called 5. Is that true?
Yeah, that is true. I am 5. Eugene V. Debs the 5th. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Please call me Doritos.
All right.
Another
I'll
name,
assume.
I might not even have the same month.
I don't know what that means. Just call me 5.
So you've been in Wall how long now? Like a day? You've seen that it is not like other places. You've seen that it is thick.
Could you explain what you mean by thick? I've seen many things about Wall.
You
I don't
know,
necessarily understand that.
you know how when people eat, right? They grow larger, or they used to. They grow larger.
Oh,
You're
yes.
roboting a bit.
Cannot control when I robot.
I robot as well. Um, no, I have noticed this about the wall generally, wall drugs specifically. People have grown fat upon the labors of those who toil.
Yes, and you know, let's give your leadership role.
Yep. 9 versus 7.
Okay, so it's gonna be 4 rounds of negotiations.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, 3 rounds. Wow, low. 3 rounds of negotiation. So
That's
you have
true.
time for
That's 1 scam per person.
yeah, it is. Wow. All right. Yes. What is your first tactic?
I'm going to use my labor organizer background and talk to Dorito about how they are currently being screwed, and we are being screwed by Wall Drug to essentially say, look, we're on the same side. So I'm going to say, like, look, we don't work for free just like you don't work for free. You should be paid more. I agree. But it's not worth our time to do something that's potentially dangerous, but, not going to pay us for the risk we take.
Okay. That's a tie.
Yeah, can I spend a will to turn that into a success?
Yes, you can.
I will.
All right. And Doritos is like, I appreciate your position, and you seem very level-headed. Seem, willing to put in enough work to equal, what you would from that work. I admire that. He is. He's just going to read one of your spots.
I am dismissive. I am a scavenger, and from each according to their ability to each according to their need is my soft spot. But I mean, your choice.
And now it is time for scams.
All right. Can I go?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna use some criminality
Uh-huh.
to use some smuggler sign language to communicate with some of his lackeys. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna, ask him what's up with Dorito.
Oh, are you trying to get a spot on Dorito?
Yeah.
Okay. Good old smuggler sign language.
Holy shit, your criminality is outrageous.
It's a 4.
Yeah, Outrageous.
So his, do you want his soft spot or his weak spot or his tough spot?
Which one's better?
They're all equally valuable
I mean,
mechanically.
narratively.
I mean, like, to me, I agree. They're all equal. You pick one.
Narratively, which one's the best?
Soft or weak?
His
your
weak
choice.
spot is narratively more fun.
Yeah.
It's family.
Oh.
Oh. Wait, hang on. Like Fast and the Furious family, or like
Is there a difference?
not according to
Family.
Dom and his friends?
Yeah, I would say in both senses of the word.
I agree. Fast and the Furious is terrible.
Family, extended relations, and close friends included.
And that's his weak spot?
That's his. Yeah, that's his.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay. So, I'm going to say to him, look, I've got 3 kids at home. I assume you have someone that depends on you. You don't work because you don't. I have 3 kids at home. This is worth a lot to me. I need you to think of yourself in my shoes and all of my comrades' shoes. We need something that's worth our time.
Some wallet
Don't
photos.
screw me on this.
Show him little Leo Trotsky's little
Oh,
punim.
I'll show him a picture. Google image search young Trotsky. He has a mustache.
I
the
have to
same
do it
shape.
now. Young Trotsky. The people at home.
Yeah, he
He looks like Steve Harrington from Stranger Things.
No, scratch that. He looks like John Ralphio
He looks.
from Parks and Rec.
He does look like
I
the
like
dude from
John
Stranger
Ralphio.
Things.
He looks exactly.
He looks exactly like him, except he has even bigger hair, if that's possible.
Yeah, he is adorable, and I love him. He has a pince-nez type of glasses style, and he's the coolest kid. But I won't tell any of the other kids that. You know,
That's great. I'm happy to hear that. That life isn't about oneself. It's about those that support, that support. Um, and at
that's
first
cool.
I thought,
Disagree with me.
this thing would just be okay, but now I'm beginning to think it probably has a chance of working. No, I think we're going to be able to do good things together, Mr. Five. But I just have to make sure of a couple things beforehand. And as you're like talking, you're wandering through the arena of rodeo arena, and you're coming to like outside like the stalls or whatever, and Doritos like motions to like look through the window or whatever, and you see like a man in there, and then there's like low lighting, like so you see like some oil lamps on the wall, right? Occasionally, you hear like the person inside there like yell and just like verbally abuse like something like a dog or something that's also in there. Um, and what you side.
That's concerning.
And you got to make your roll.
Oh, well, I'm going to use a persuasion to try to make my point. I totally make it with a 13 over 2.
Nice. And you did use a spot.
Yes, I did.
All right, it's time for a second scam.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll go with something. You know what worked last time? Me sneaking into his office and stealing everything that looks relevant.
Yeah.
That
Getting
is.
a stealth or a criminality. Oh, a crit fail is what you're gonna give me.
Will.
Are you?
Yeah, I think I'll use a will to not make that awful.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Shit. I'm doing a zombie rodeo. Fuck. Hang on. Let me check out my spots real quick.
Yeah. If you use it, you might
I
want to
mean,
try to play
a
it
crit
close.
fail. A crit fail only gives like my spots to him.
That's
No,
if you crit
I'm
fail.
checking to see if it's gonna be entirely possible I could earn will later. I don't.
Good.
It's not. It's not likely.
It's not ruled out. You can always like force a situation.
Ah, fuck it. I'll spend a will to not make this awful.
Okay, so it's just a regular failure.
Yes.
You try to sneak in, but he's grown wise to your tricks, and he is there to greet you at the door with another burrito. Yep. And back to the negotiation, and you're looking into these horse stalls or whatever, right? These bullpens.
Sure.
And oh, if you want, we can go in there for a second. Visitors are allowed.
Your connection is. I don't understand why it's doing this.
Yeah, it's complete dog shit
Usually,
on
when
everyone
Discord
else's end.
messes up, it's like everyone starts to go robotic, but it's just you, Arthur.
I apologize.
That's okay. This is our first live broadcast.
Yes, we
Hooray.
made
There
it
will
So
to.
be.
maybe that's it. Maybe Twitch or whatever is, or whatever you're using to
Being
capture.
a
Let's
big hobo.
drive right past this.
Yes.
I would not like to see the human beings that you've kept in stalls like animals.
Me? No, it's not me, friend.
I agree, this is completely terrible and messed up. But you're trying to profit off this situation, so I need to push you to consider your stance, and perhaps it is on a slippery slope.
Aren't these individuals, beneath your notice? Aren't, the troubles of these strangers like nothing in the face of, what might be happening to your family while you're gone?
Are you threatening me? Are you threatening my family?
He's not threatening you. He's calling into question, I thought you were dismissive. I thought, these problems were blah, blah, blah. And suddenly,
I mean,
moral fiber.
well, suddenly I'm going to call a different spot to
So roll
to challenge that.
deception to not be,
I feel like I should need to
goated.
deceive him to be like, yeah, this is fucked up. But okay, I'll try to deceive him.
Leave him or yourself.
I'm deceiving him
Okay. You do
with
it.
a 7 over 1.
Alright, so he doesn't get to push 2. We push the 1. So that's what he do. What do you say?
I say, whamp, whamp, what it do? No, I actually say, you're trying to profit off of the backs of slave labor, and I do not support it. These people's suffering is my own suffering. And I do not support the society that you're trying to contribute to, even though you might be rebelling against it. You are not rebelling in the proper way. Have you heard of this little red book? I'm going to pull a little red book out of my pocket. And that's where the scene ends for me.
Okay. Which persuade to him or intimidate him?
Oh, yeah.
Are
I
you
guess I
lying
need to
to
make
him?
another. I guess I'll make a. Can I make a leadership role to try to be the man that he should follow in this moral argument?
Okay, yeah, that's you made a compelling argument. I'll give you your leader.
I am going to spend a will to make it another regular old success.
Right. So a success versus him and a success versus you. Nobody moves. Last scam. Muffin Man, what do you have in your pocket?
Mm, so, I mean, we've been through a lot. I figured that we should have a good amount of renown at this point that should negotiate us upwards. But really, I feel like we always deal with these random ass people. Um, I feel like I'm about to talk myself into something. I'm not exactly sure how to go about this.
Go
Yes.
on.
Go on.
I mean, I'm sorry, can I one more time get the exact directive that we're going for here?
We're
Like,
trying to find a
what the
spot.
mission?
He has something to do with the Vector Rodeo. We have found one of his spots in that he is soft towards family. We know basically nothing about the job, though. So what you could do is try to raise the price, try to eliminate competition, and try to find one of his spots. So there are probably, I think, 2 other things you could do. But those are the main ones that would probably be applicable at this point.
Oh, did we already try saying that, even though I'm not necessarily, and maybe Mill is not, I can't remember, but, we are all family men, and try to see
Yeah,
if
no,
we fight
we
the family
hit the
topic?
family spot. That's done.
Oh,
You could try to find a different spot of his, or you could try to raise the price or eliminate competition, or one other thing that I can't think of off the top of my head.
who's our competition?
Well, it would be up to you to dictate, and also why they're no longer our competition.
Well, so you don't know who the competition is, so that would be a thing you could have done is to find them. Without knowing who they are, it's hard to.
This is true. How do I go about finding them?
Well, if you found them, that would be your scam, and that would be it.
And then we
So,
can't
yeah.
interact with them. But you could try to raise the price. But given that we don't know much about what he's trying to have us do, maybe finding a spot would be best.
Yeah. All right, so I'll try to find the spot.
Okay, how would you like to do that? Do you network or use any of your other skills, abilities?
Well, I mean, I don't have too many points in uh, first aid, but I can always offer to take a look at any wounds that he or any of his family have.
Okay, I will let you use your first aid, and I will help you out there.
Okay, good. I feel like I'm kind of struggling on how to work this guy.
No worries.
We know almost nothing, so that's a fair assessment.
But if he's a family man, then this will just be further exploiting that, I guess.
Or,
It's,
pumping his who he's connected to for information about him. But yeah, go ahead and give me your medicine roll.
Medicine roll.
boy, that didn't work out.
You know, it
That's
was
okay.
the attempt.
That's okay.
You can always use a will, too, to switch it around.
If you would
You
like.
could.
You do not have to, but
Yeah, I got 2 of them. I'll flip it.
okay. So with your first aid roll, right? Skitter couldn't quite figure out, what he was smuggling out earlier. But you have, you're hanging around the tortilla factory, trying to, suss out what this guy is doing. And you notice some things that maybe Skitter just overlooked behind the counter. There seemed to be like a number of messages and materials. And then you're like, those are those like empty plastic bags. Those look like sterile containers. Like what's going on here? And you find out through your digging around there that this guy has been smuggling some sort of medical paraphernalia, like whether that's raw medicine, samples, drugs. It's something related to that sort. So you know what the good is. It's medical related.
Ooh.
And that's why he needs you guys. So you have found his tough spot. He needs somebody that is able to handle medical materials, profession.
Oh, that would be us for sure.
I mean, we are those people.
Yes, we are. We need to make him understand that.
Don't worry. I'll do my best. I say don't worry, but you might need to worry.
I've slight worry,
Right.
but not
pretty
really.
good at
I'm yeah.
Who will see?
And Doritos, all five. No, when everybody's here, their eyes are going to be focused one place. The whole town changes during the rodeo, and that's when I'm going to make history with. I need your help.
Okay, I've read enough Shirley Jackson to know what happens during the rodeo.
Oh boy.
So I don't really need to worry about that. But what you're asking me to do is not necessarily Shirley Jackson, but more Elmore Leonard.
Holy
And if
shit.
you guys, wait, what?
I said, holy shit, I don't know what these references are.
Shirley Jackson wrote a book called The Lottery, where like one person's like stoned to death.
Yeah.
Elmore Leonard wrote the novelization of Jackie Brown called Rum Punch. He writes a lot of deception based neo noir type of things, and like he wrote the movie the book that Life of Crime is based on, and Jackie Brown. So I'm making references, I guess, for me, but which is a terrible thing to do.
Good work.
I'm a smart guy that's read 2 books. I never read those books. I just saw them.
Doritos is like similarly confused, but he thinks he picks up on what you're trying to say.
Everybody's read The Lottery. It was high school reading.
Doritos hasn't read the fucking lottery.
Well, Doritos, don't tell him this, but he might be a moron.
I won't tell him. Don't worry.
Don't fucking tell him, goddammit. But Doritos, the moron, he might be asking us ostensibly to participate in this large thing where the community looks one way. What he's really asking us, and what I'm going to say to him is like, you're really asking us to participate in the large magic show going one way. We will be, involved in going the other. Everyone watch the left hand with the handkerchief. We won't see the right hand with the rabbit.
Are you gonna use the spot or
I'm going to use the spot.
work that into convo?
So you want everyone looking towards the rodeo while we smuggle medical goods. Now, I don't know specifically why you need these medical goods, and it's none of my business, except right up till now, when you asked us to do this job, now it is my business. And that's concerning because you're asking us to do something highly suspect, highly dangerous, and highly risk intensive with very little payoff. So, what we're going to need to do is renegotiate the price on this. Given the things that I just brought up that you knew I would know, we need to make sure that things are amenable.
I'm sure we'll be able to.
I think you've heard.
Give me your role, sir.
Hang on. I think you've heard of our reputation to be able to deliver. What's the word? Very delicate goods, and you know we're the best. So I'm going to use a perception.
Persuasion?
I'm sorry. Yeah, persuasion. I said perception. I meant persuasion.
I know you did. Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Fantabulous. All right. So he would move 1, and you would move 2. You have enough to. All right. Now it's the closing lines, right? Listen, I'm glad that we're going to be working together, and I'm glad you've seen so much. I mean,
yeah, I've seen 2 movies.
Here.
You hold on. I've seen 2 movies based on Elmore Leonard books. Go on.
Those obscure friends of yours aside, no, I'm happy working. He holds out his hand for a handshake.
Dude, that was totally intelligible. It's like 2 dial-up modems talking to each other.
Oh, cool! 2 dial-up modems.
Oh my god, it's like you're banging a robot.
So he puts out his hand to shake your hand.
Please type it and I'll read it. Because I cannot understand what the fuck. He puts out his hand to shake your hand. I will look him in the eyes while reaching out for his and say, I'm glad that we understand each other.
Me too.
Final leadership?
Yes.
Yep, it works out.
Okay. You guys go to expenses.
Oh, nice.
Nice work.
If you guys get a chance, read an Elmore Leonard book. They're like modern pulp novels with more substance.
Let's. So the original price was 7 and 6. You guys got leader pay. Well, you got expenses, right? Upkeep of every.
So don't add the upkeep. Just say that the next time we refresh upkeep, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not adding it into the price.
You sound like every time like Neo puts his hand inside of Agent Smith, or like the first. Oh my God, that's
Yup.
crazy. It's the first time that Neo picks up the phone,
Yeah.
in the Matrix.
And the Quicksilver climbs down his throat.
Yeah, and it goes.
Yup.
I've never heard any. Throughout all these calls, I've never heard anything like this.
The Discord does it sometimes, but when it does it, usually it's like everyone in the room starts doing it.
Yeah, but you're clear as day, and so is everyone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, I've been hearing everyone else just fine.
I mean, Rambo sounds like he's talking into a shoe, but that's standard.
I have my own shoe to talk into, all right?
But we can understand you. Arthur sounds like he's like being translated through like a 28K modem.
I mean, he is coming down from the moon.
That's true. Moon people.
Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging how far I have to go to reach you guys.
Oh, my bad. I thought I also clicked a link. So what do we end up with here? We're at expenses.
Yeah, you're at expenses. So you will make 28 bounty and have everything paid for.
28 total.
We'll make 28 total on top of making upkeep for all your shenanigans.
So everyone gets 7.
Yeah, if you.
That's true.
All right.
We could all make slightly more.
So, the job, as it turns out, is to steal blood, footage, and a computer from beneath.
Type the specifics. Blood, footage, and a computer.
Footage.
So it's a standard rodeo arena size.
Yes, standard rodeo arena size.
We have to know where we're stealing this from.
Yes. So the stairs down, right? Turns out there's a vault of sorts underneath the stalls, and that is where the blood and the computer will be. The footage is in a security room next to the stairs, but not underground. The red dots, or the red stars, those are guards, right? Obviously.
Sure.
The blue stars are the rodeo clowns. The latent stalls are over here. And there are 2 exits: the entrance, the exit. The 2 guards by the exit, they patrol around the perimeter of the. And Doritos is explaining all of this. Waiting for pop this nonsense.
Okay, can I talk to the rest of the crew?
No, not ever.
Well, so here's the question I have. Are we going to do this and be the main suspects? Because there's a lot of new folks in town, but not a whole lot of new crews in town that would be capable of something like this. Are we going to do this and hang around to also do other things, or are we going to do this in bolt?
I mean, this isn't a terribly large amount of money, right? But is there anywhere else around here that would be worth staying around to get more?
I mean, personally, for my character, yes. But there's not a whole lot of other things. No.
I mean, the big thing is we want more bounty, right?
I mean, it's a pretty good amount of bounty. It's decent.
I
Right?
mean, yeah, we definitely we're all making like 20 plus, essentially, given our upkeep.
So wait, we're making money. It automatically pays for upkeep, and there's more money on top. Was what I thought I heard.
Yes, there is 7 on top, provided we all survive. If we don't all survive, there's more.
Whoa.
I mean, we don't
But
have
the
to
only
do it loud. We can just.
yeah. Well, okay. Here's my plan then. Okay. Answer my first question. Are we going to stick around after this job?
Maybe. So the sheriff's job on the. And I mean, this is the rodeo, right?
This is the rodeo.
So Skitter's going to be busy for it.
Yes.
Skitter's not going to be able to assist us in the job.
That's not
He'll be-
entirely true. That depends what you want to do with
That's
Mhm.
true.
it.
That's
Always pull the old switcheroo and have somebody else be scared.
That's kind of a tricky thing though, because if we're relying on Skitter as the main draw, because there's already some big bets either for or against him, we won't be able to assist Skitter in surviving this encounter. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Scooter will be taken care of.
Besides, there's radio clowns to help. No,
Yeah.
wait. I think their job is to clean up my mess if I die.
You notice how they're not really in the ring, they're just kind of off to the sides, and one is in the crow's nest.
Oh
I think
yeah.
they just have rifles.
I hope they're good shots. I'm pretty sure they won't hit me.
Yeah, so the rodeo clowns are the only people in Wall that have guns.
Yeah. So, I mean, even if they don't hit they will eventually kill everything in the arena, whether or not that's the riders. So, here's the question that I have for the crew. On this job, is it best to do it while Skitter is riding, which is going to be probably one of the biggest shows of the night? It's an outsider who voluntarily entered the rodeo, who has bets for and against, and has been getting talk around the town. Or are we going to try to pull this before or after?
Will doing this stop us from doing others?
No, it won't if we pull it right.
I think we'll be okay then.
What does that mean?
If we pull it, that we're going to pull it off.
What I'm asking is, are we going to do this while Skitter is riding a latent?
Yeah.
Oh. So if we wait, can we still do this at another time for the same amount of money?
It's pretty much the idea that you do it during a rodeo session. It doesn't have to be Skitter per se on the vector, but rodeo is supposed to be.
And it would make the
The big
most sense
distraction.
yeah, exactly. The biggest draw would turn the most eyes. Even the guards are going to want to see someone from out of town that voluntarily chose to be in the rodeo and has already done things for the community, and they're like, okay, sure, they're a latent riding a latent. Let's see what they can pull off, because we don't have a small amount of lore around us.
But wait, what are the actual logistics? What are we trying to do here?
We are trying to steal blood, footage, and a computer. Now, the blood and the footage, I'm sorry, the blood and the computer, I forget.
Yeah,
Two of the three,
the blood and the computer are downstairs.
but it could be done with two people on the stairs down, or at least it could be done with three people with one distracting this guard. And I was thinking I could distract the guard, and two other people with, say, criminality or a good sneak or mechanics or something could
I have pretty high
jimmy a
sneak.
lock. They could jimmy a lock, and you wouldn't even need to sneak after that. Everyone's going to be looking in one direction. They're going to be looking right here. They're going to be looking at this guy who voluntarily wrote a vector, and we could just walk out the exits, provided we know the timing of these guards. But if I know anything about guards and security people, they also want to see the show. They have a job, but their job is at the show. So it would make sense that, given everything we've discussed, they would probably also look towards the show once in a while. And what we know about the guards is they patrol. So, given that they are both not, which
These
seems
two guards
ridiculous.
patrol.
Yes. Given that both of these two would not be at the doors at the same time, looking anywhere other than like in the middle, we should be able to just kind of walk out the fucking doors with everything.
Well, yeah, let's just Metal Gear Solid this bitch and time it right.
So here's a breakdown. Who's got the skills to open a door, or any kind of technological information or knowledge?
I have like mechanics, criminality, stealth.
You have everything we need to get two of those three.
I have all those things too.
So let's decide between yourselves who's going to get two of the three and who's going to get one of the three. My
Well,
plan is to chat up this guard, the one I'm pinging right now, while Skitter is riding. And it seems like the best time to do this is while Skitter is riding. And if we can, and you guys can see this too, it doesn't even seem like we need a spotter. We can just walk towards the exit, and provided we're not spotted by someone that recognizes us or a guard.
I mean, even if like people are going to be leaving, it's not illegal to just walk out of this rodeo.
Exactly. And I assume we don't need the whole computer. Provided you have computer knowledge, you might be able to find something small that you could fit into a pocket, and
Where's
just walk out with.
where? Okay, so there's two things downstairs. Where's the thing that's up here?
Right there as well.
But upstairs.
There's a room underneath the stairs, and there's a room near the top of the stairs.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
So if I distract this one guard, everyone could do what they need to, and we could all just walk out the door easy as pie. Simple as cake. Piece of cake.
cake.
Easy
I
as
like the
pie.
cake. So then, what do we just have to plan out who does what along the way and time it out right for the exit?
I mean, we should definitely make it clear who's doing what right now before we do anything. Rather than going into this and being like, I guess someone should go downstairs. So who's more competent out of you two for criminality or mechanics or stealth or what have you?
I'm betting he's got higher stats than any of those
I
and
have
all
like
of those.
7 stealth and 4 in
Oh my god.
7?
criminality. Yeah.
What the fuck? Dude, you're never going to retire. Either way. So you're going to go downstairs and get the 2. You're going to get the blood and the computer.
Yeah.
And what are you going to put him in?
I don't know. Put them under my shirt.
That's
Down my pants.
that is making me confident. How are you going to transport blood?
It's probably in a vial, right? Or a bag.
Yeah, one of those little baggies.
So you're just going to put it in
Are
your
you
pants
asking
like
Doritos
a raw liver?
about the blood?
Yeah, I want details on what the blood is and how he expects us to get blood out of this place.
So I think there's just like like those things in restrooms, those long metal trays that like horses drink out of. I think there's just like kind
A
of
piss trough.
one of those.
Blood.
Yeah.
So you want us to get blood out of a sitting pool of blood.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Works for me.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So provided we have something like a small vial.
Or a syringe.
Oh no, we need more than a vial or a syringe, and he is taking you back to the tortilla factory, right? So you can do your planning with like, whole table,
Right.
and swinging light and everything.
Can we get burritos?
Yeah, of course you can get burritos. Get some
Can I
burritos.
knock off a charge of rations for that?
Yeah, you can fully refresh your rations for.
You should have
Fucking
refreshed
yeah.
before the session, anyways.
Yeah. And he rolls out like 2 5-gallon jugs.
I agree, those are good burritos.
What? That is a
Holy
lot of
shit, how
blood.
much blood? You want 10 gallons of blood.
I mean,
That's
if
a
you
lot of
can
blood.
get more, but I need 10.
Gallon.
How are we getting out 10 gallons?
10 gallons.
It's just 10 gallons.
It is 10 gallons of blood.
I could carry 1 gallon in each hand, and that's pretty fucking heavy. If I carried like 5 gallons in each hand, I would be like waddling like a
This
cow.
changes logistics completely because we're going to need a cart.
Yeah.
We're going to need to get 5 gallons, 10 gallons upstairs. Now,
Well,
I don't know
okay,
about you
look,
guys. 5
we're-
gallons of water.
we're strong enough. We get 4 2.5 gallon jugs, and then 2 people could
But-
carry 2 jugs
Okay,
each.
here's the thing. That's going to weigh 1 gallon weighs about 8 pounds. Well, that's
Right.
of milk, right? So it's going to be, let's say, 35 pounds for every 5 gallons. We're talking about 70 pounds of blood to come
Right.
upstairs.
Right. That's why I said you
So
get
that's
4
the poop
gallons,
trip.
2.5 gallons. Well, if there's 2 people, like me and Mill, with all the stealth and athletics or whatever, could go and do all this, and each of us
Yeah,
carry 2.
That's well and good, but what we need is one person to also to be upstairs and get footage and steal a hard drive or put it on a thumbstick or whatever at the same time. We don't have unlimited time. So one person needs to be upstairs, one person needs to be downstairs. And the person downstairs is going to have to carry 35 gallons at a go up the stairs.
35 gallons.
I'm sorry, 35 pounds worth of blood up the stairs, leave it there in a place where no one will look at it, and then go back and get another 35 pounds of blood and put it on, I assume, a cart and take it underneath the grandstands around the back of the crow's nest and out the exit. Which means we also need a driver.
Well, I can definitely do the driving then, because I'm another person who's got drive.
This is fucked. I want to tell Dorito to go fuck himself.
That's
I
so
know we
much
can
to
do it. Where do you want me?
I want you hauling the fucking blood.
You want me driving? I can drive.
I said I want you hauling the fucking blood.
Hey, I can help haul blood. That's fine.
No, you, period, you hauling the blood.
I mean, we just get like a janitor cart or something, and I can.
Yeah, but we gotta haul like 80 pounds of blood up
I
a
mean,
set of
that's not
stairs.
that much. It's a
In
jug
2
each
trips,
hand.
yeah.
No, you can do that in one. 35 pounds? That's nothing.
Yeah, it's not the worst, but like
35 pounds
to,
per hand.
to also not make it clear that we're hauling like buckets of
Well,
blood.
that's why you're distracting the dude, and then I just throw it on the janitor cart under some dirty rags or whatever.
Look, I love heavy metal albums too. But like we can't all live in the cover art.
Jugs of blood.
So if you guys think I can probably distract a guard and get him over towards here. We're going to need at least, at minimum, 2 people on the stairs down and 1 person in a car
No.
waiting.
Yeah.
And within that, we're going to need Skitter possibly getting devoured by a vector in the middle of an arena while none of us watches.
Skitter,
Sounds like a plan.
Skitter, how you doing right now?
I have no idea what's going on, but I feel like there's like a 50% chance I'm gonna die in this.
That's what I'm thinking too. It might be
No,
high.
wait, I estimate 60% last time. Forgive me, I was.
So wait, the
You
whole
you
thing
thought
is that,
50% when you went into this.
Yes.
and he's only
Okay.
doing this because he's the latent, or is he a latent? Are you a latent?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
I'm
he
latent. Otherwise,
also-
I wouldn't even. I would not go near this with the 20-foot pole.
he also bet on himself.
Well, nothing's on the books yet.
That's true.
What are the odds right now?
Well, the
Need to visit a
informal
bookie.
the informer poll says that the rodeo is soon. As espoused by the town crier, and right now the odds are at. Oh, let's roll for that. Right?
Yeah, something to something. First threat. Ooh, it's 3 to 4 against.
Yes.
So if you bet $75, you'll make 100 if he lives. Well, you'll make 175. You'll get what you bet back plus 4 times. 4 times your 3/4.
Oh, geez.
Oh boy.
So it's 3 to 4 against right now. So the market says people are betting against him. Not a crazy amount. It's close to 50-50. But I am not a betting man and won't put any money on this.
Wait, you don't trust me?
No,
You
I
don't
think
trust me
we're
to live through
I
this?
think we're all gonna have our throats slit.
Well, you might as well toss some money in. They're gonna take
Why
it anyway
would
once they're done with your bodies.
I could just wire it to my kids before I go. Also, we don't have any money right now. This is what we would be paid. I send all of it back home.
Excuse you. Some of us like to bet on, deadly races, deadly rodeos with our lives.
That's the most you can bet.
I think I'll. Can I bet on myself?
Of course.
10 bounty.
Wow. All right.
No, wait, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, but if you die, then you don't get whatever you bet anyhow.
So, so if you bet 10 bounty, you'll make 12 on top of.
I could bet all of it. And
It's
just put
questionable.
all of the monetary cost of taking care of a child on sitter
Uh-huh.
if I
Yeah,
do die.
But so you're betting that you will die. You will only make. You'll make what you bet back, and then only 3/4 of that on top of. Which,
You know what?
depending on how
This is
much
too
you
much
bet.
math for Skitter, so I'm just gonna say no more.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's bad. I don't want to bet.
This poor man is putting himself at risk for us.
I agree, and I tried to talk him out of it the entire time. I agree with Mill. I think we should set a plan and write it down, and then we can try to implement it. And we'll probably be like, "That was a terrible plan" next time.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. So what's step 1?
Dorito's gonna be our getaway driver.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dorito's gonna drive. We'll have Mill downstairs, and the Muffin Man upstairs.
All right.
And I will distract this single guard away from the stairs location.
Are
They
you
will.
gonna get a janitor's cart? Are you gonna
And some outfits.
acquire
Yeah.
those before or on site?
And maybe Doritos can help us with that.
It is his job. He should be able to provide us with some sort of, uh, jumpsuits or what have you.
Is it called in Payday? Have you guys ever played Payday 2?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But everyone wears a clown mask.
Yeah.
And there are unlimited cops.
But one of the things you can do, you can buy like little things, like they'll install a janitor's cart right here, or whatever, or like they'll turn off security cameras for you.
Yeah, so we can do like there can be some prep work, but you guys like make rolls and the scenes. But it sounds like everybody's tired, so we'll just get the outline and then we can take care of those next.
Yeah, I think that's the general outline, unless anybody has any problems with
No,
this.
yeah, that's it.
No,
Skitter, I'm gonna miss you.
He's gonna make it, man.
Dude, it's 4-3 that he dies.
That just means that he'll make more money when he lives.
But how do
mean-
you actually win the rodeo? Like
By
you're
surviving / killing the vector.
with like your bare hands.
No, he
Well,
can bring
I
his
can-
stuff in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, see, I have my shield, my bow, my sword. The sword will probably be the most useful thing. Let's
Yeah, you
be
can't
honest
really
here.
use it.
Yeah, for sure. But you're also tied to a vector's back. Now, it's a loose rope, but you're tied to a vector's back.
That sounds
Like,
pretty
are you
safe.
riding his shoulders or?
Oh no, it's like piggyback.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's-
you know those like fetish saddles?
Oh, totally.
It's one of those.
Oh no, it's an actual saddle. That's more concerning. Well, if we wanted to improve chances, we could and I hate saying this, we could break the leg of the vector he would ride to give him better odds.
But that'd be a
But
worse show.
that's true.
To give him personally better odds, but not notify would be a thing.
Right. Yeah. So then we're just rigging things that'd be something that we'd be better off doing if we weren't also running a giant scam at the same time. Like if Skitter was in it after this, then we should fuck with the odds. But right now it seems like everyone will suspect us if something goes awry in the arena. We will be less suspect if something goes awry outside of the arena. Like within the rodeo area, but like outside of the rodeo pit, we are not necessarily the first suspect.
All right.
I also think we should have someone other than Dorito drive.
What?
I mean, why not? Because if anyone knows about Dorito and knows that like he wants blood, like that song,
Well, that's not going to help him anyhow.
I know, but then we won't be immediately so because like if we're gone and Dorito's gone and people knew that Dorito wanted blood, they'd be like, "Oh, hey, those guys were working with Dorito."
But do people know that Dorito wants blood?
That's a good question. We don't know.
He's a very successful smuggler, I'm sure.
Oh, that's true. Okay, fair enough. So, okay, Dorito's driving. We're scamming all this shit, and Skitter is doing his best not to die, but we can't help it.
He is the true distraction.
He is the best of us.
I mean, honestly.
I tried real hard, damn it. So I think, is that the plan?
Is that the plan? Sounds like
Plan.
a great.
Yeah.
All right. It's going to be trash. We're all going to die.
Hopefully we can have some hand-to-hand to like incapacitate people, because I don't have
That's
like
good.
a tranquilizer gun. Is that even
You're
a
going
thing
to
in
be
this
pushing
game?
a fucking cart with like 150 pounds of blood on it. And I'm going to be chatting up about like, you remember the LA Lakers? Weren't they cool? And he'll be like, I was a huge Lakers fan. I was like, that's awesome. Totally. We should hang out sometime. Anyway, I gotta go.
All right. That's the end of the stream. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hmm.